Anyway, but it's all over. Experts say Americans will have to cut back on meat for the U.S. to meet. Who writes these fucking titles? We'll have to cut back on meat for the U.S. to meet. No one like read this out loud and said this to themselves. No one read this out loud and like, okay, that sounds good. Experts say Americans will have to cut back on meat for the U.S. to meet. For the U.S. to meet Biden's climate change goal as president faces pressure to come clean on how he actually plans to slash greenhouse emissions. He's not even in charge. He's not in charge. Okay? Stop asking him questions. He doesn't know. He has to read off a teleprompter. Whoever's writing his scripts, whoever's writing his shit, they're in charge, not him. He doesn't know what he's going to say. No one does. No one can understand what he says. He reads and then we move on. And we assume that shit's under control. Okay. So experts say Americans will have to dramatically reduce their meat intake to avoid the most. That's bullshit. All right. Yeah. Factory farming's terrible, but it's not the meat. It's fucking corn. It's soy. There's all these other issues too. Okay. This is way overblown. What they're trying to do is get everyone to eat fucking corn, soy, and pea protein, which is just poisoning people. It really is poisoning people. It's very cheap. It's very cheap and inexpensive, but it's fucking killing people. It's killing people. Why do you think all these vegetable oils and all these carbs, they make orange juice from corn. It's in fucking everything. It's in ketchup. It's in everything. Corn is in everything. Great documentary on Netflix, from 15 years ago. King Corn is fantastic. Shows you how to make high fructose corn syrup at home. They follow it all the way from farming the corn all the way to the final result. And, they show in the kitchen, they're making high fructose corn syrup and they're pouring corrosive, poisonous bottles because you have to corrode the corn down and boil it into this fucking slop. It's disgusting. Okay. Let's read through this a little bit. Here's a couple highlights. Biden faces pressure, blah, blah. He still hasn't detailed how the lives of Americans will be impacted. Of course not. Announcing he aims to slash greenhouse emissions by 50% by 2030. Sure. He hasn't disclosed no one spell checks these articles on these quote publications. He hasn't disclosed if Americans will have to change their diets to meet goals. Yo, you have no say in what I eat. I'm not changing my diet at all. Fuck you. I'm going full carnivore if you put out this bullshit. That's nonsense. Why do you think throughout history, the poor people, all the farmers, poor people were eating grains, poor people are eating these fucking seeds, while the kings and the riches and the dukes throughout history were eating meat and having all these luxurious foods? Why do you think a grass-fed ribeye steak is expensive? Because it's fucking delicious and it's nutritious. But fat is bad. Fat is evil. As politicians and people with fucking tons of money are sucking down ribeyes and tenderloins and filet mignon. Give me a fucking break. It's all a fucking sham. Not changing because you fucking say so. Let's see. A couple little highlights. I'm not going to read through all of this, so make sure you read do your own research, blah, blah. But I just like these sentences, and I just love to rage and say, go fuck yourself. So let's see. Experts say meat will have to be a target because of the greenhouse gases emitted in producing and raising beef. Well, maybe I'm against farm-raised beef. I'm against that too, not beef in general. But see how this is worded? This is terrible. Yeah, this is a garbage article. The Daily Mail is shit. I'm just reading this to rage on it because we're going balls deep. But just think about it. I'm showing this for context because if you look at the wording that's used, it'll say, it talks about meat as if all meat is equal. Right? As if all meat is equal. It's not. This is grouping in fucking McDonald's and Burger King and Wendy's and Taco Bell with 100% grass-fed and grass-finished ribeye steak. It's not the same at all. No, not even close. And you can all drop your thoughts down in the comments because I know most, if not all of you, agree. Nonsense. It's absolutely nonsensical. So again, this is obviously vague. It's a huge article, a huge long article that says nothing. This is a big nothing burger right here. I'm not going to read through all of this, but it just keeps on saying, this is fear mongering shit. I mean, look how long this fucking shit is. Look at that fucking jabroni. I don't even know who it is. What, a governor? Look at that fucking twat right there. Double twat. You got double twat action here.
How dare you?
A tale of two twats. You can't get too much more. You can't get much more stupid. You can't get too much more stupid on a single picture right here. There's a lot of stupid right here. There's a lot of stupid in this one picture. That's enough right there. If this is in the article, you can stop reading right now. That's about it. That's about it, fam. That about wraps it up there. So these are just, look, it just keeps on fucking going. It just keeps on going. This is a lot of stuff. This is fear mongering. That's what this is. You need to customize your nutrition. Ignore this shit. Do what's best for you. It's absolute fucking nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. Matthew, my wife just said, he says fuck a lot. I replied, what the fuck is wrong with that? Hashtag fuck average. I know, man. Fucking hell. Right? Just don't tell your wife this.
Go fuck yourself.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. We're going to read about a homicide in the news. Be careful. Be careful. Anyways, yeah, let's just move on. I don't want to read all that, but it's ridiculous. It's fear mongering. You see how they don't have any explanation? There's no actual reason. They just say, oh, we might have to cut back on meat. Oh, the evil meat. They don't talk about the quality. They just use this to like fucking drop some fear. So you don't look at how they're printing money like it's fucking nothing and destroying our economy. But hey, what are we doing here? But hey.